to accept.
Panos, as usual, your presentation was absolutely magic. I've seen it now 3 times, and I always get amazing ideas from it. Next, we'll head over to Central Europe to the amazing Marta Borbaly Kiraly. She's a financial advisor, a global speaker. She's also the Life Happens Central Europe ambassador and part of MetLife in Hungary. She's one of the new breed of advisors coming through the ranks globally. Marta, do your thing.
Thank you, Harry, my friend. Blue ocean, soft sand, and subtropical rainforest in Fraser Island. The Whitehaven Beach, the most beautiful place I have ever seen in my life. Good day, my mates from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, Greece. It's my pleasure being with you today here. The world has changed, but I still keep my memories from my travel to Australia in 2019, and I can't wait to go back to Down Under. Till then, it's my pleasure spending time with you here in this webinar. The world has changed, but we should keep the spirit in our hearts. If someone would have told me in January that pandemic will happen and we will be locked down, I would have doubted their word. If someone would have told me that this is going to happen, and from being an MDRT member, I am going to qualify top of the table for the first time this year, I would have questioned that. And I have MDRT to say thank you for even allowing me to stretch and reach this business goal. Had this level not been shown to me before, I would have never tried. So I really hope that today I can give back for MDRT members and you will have at least one idea that you can take away and implement from today. My first idea today in connection online prospecting is about visibility. It can be either a warm call or a cold call, but your reputation must arrive before you. Your reputation impacts your life and your business life as much as what you do. So in this digital world we are living, what does Google say about you? What Google says matters. The internet is a summary about all you have done so far. So it might be useful for you to generate some online content about yourself, like professional articles, completed LinkedIn profile, speeches at online conferences, and so on. In my business practice, I write professional articles for years to the Hungarian insurance magazine and to the bankers magazine, and all these are only online platforms. And I can use these articles many ways, because whenever you write a professional article, you plant a seed. You will create a conversational piece, and I can use these pieces so many ways. Before a first meeting, we always send out an email about the details of the meeting and also a link to one of my articles. And it helps foster trust in the prospect's mind because you look like an expert and people love experts. I can also use them between the first and the second meeting. For example, in my business, one of my favorite topics is premium retirement planning. And when the second meeting is on the horizon about that, I just simply send out an article I wrote about that for the prospect, and it helps to reinforce the topic in the prospect's mind. But also, for example, at the end of the tax year, I can send an article I wrote for all of my prospects and clients who have not had retirement planning with me so far. So visibility is very important for you, but it's not everything. And this is where Facebook can be a great channel for you. When I started Facebook advertisements, I thought that some entrepreneurs and people who have family is going to apply for me through my ads, and no famous or high net worth individual will find me through Facebook, and I was wrong. Even a very famous Hungarian radio reporter and an actress found me and I was targeting for entrepreneurs. So I was very happy, and I was sure that Facebook advertising can be very powerful. It can help you as a channel to get new target markets, to have new leads, and you can do this in a quite short period of time. When you start advertising on Facebook and you start building yourself as a professional, you have two ways. You can start building yourself in an organic way, which means you are going to create online content, posts, you will write a blog, share an article about breaking news in our industry, and so on. And this is something that works because by the time more and more audience is going to be driven to your site. Well, you might have the question, if that is so easy and fast, why the hell does people and companies spend money on Facebook advertisements? Out of many reasons, there are two I would highlight for you. The first is, if you start building your audience, actually it's going to take some time for you. Secondly, Facebook no longer allows all of your likers and followers to see all of your posts, but you need to pay for it. So to start Facebook advertisements is something very easy. You don't need to have a Facebook page with 100,000 followers. You only need to create a page, and you need to create an advertisement account. And of course, you will need some good scripts for that. If you are not familiar with these things, I think it's time for you to consider working with a marketing specialist, as for example, I do it in my business. I know what you are thinking now, because since pandemic happened, we know that everyone tries to become more online and looking for prospects in the online world. How can I differentiate myself as a professional through Facebook? Actually, what I do through these ads is the same what I do in my offline prospecting system, which is about looking for target markets. I only look for entrepreneurs through Facebook, and I try to pick topics that in Hungary not too many advisors advertise about. For example, how many advisors have in Australia or New Zealand Facebook ads about shareholder protection? Does anyone else have advertisements about premium retirement planning? I use these special topics for entrepreneurs, and also at the end of the advertisement, there is always a form someone needs to fill when they apply to me. Don't be afraid to use in these forms some minimum amounts of premium. I always ask the prospects about the fact that, for example, for an insurance policy, I give 3 categories, how much money would they be happy to spend for it? And the minimum premium I use is the double of the average sale in Hungary. So this is the way I can make sure that good clients are going to be driven to me through Facebook. The third idea out of 3 today for you is about LinkedIn. LinkedIn has now over 500 million members, and it is made to connect professionals with professionals. I'm sure many of you use LinkedIn already. If not, the first step should be to fully fill your profile. You can give many things about yourself, and it matters that you need to fill all of them. So if someone is searching, you are going to be high ranked based on that. The summary part is going to be your online elevator speech. It is going to be about who you are, what you believe in, and what is your mission. I use LinkedIn for prospecting in 2 ways. The first is that it's been 2 years I am developing a database through LinkedIn, and it is where I look for executives. And actually, when I go to a client or I'm working with a lot of center of influences, before the meeting, I check all of their networks. So instead of a simple one-liner like, who do you know? When I meet my client or center of influence, I can tell them the people they know. So this is how it would look like in a real meeting. I saw on Facebook that you know Panos Lenadakis, and I would love to meet him. What do you think? What would be the best way I could meet him? So I don't ask for a referral in a direct way, but I let them to offer me that they can help me with that. If they don't offer, I can still go on with a simple question. How would it be comfortable for you to introduce me to this person? I recommend for you picking from 5 to 10 people, so you make sure that there will be some people between them who they really know well. The second way I can use it for prospecting is that, for example, when I look for a company owner on LinkedIn that I really want to meet and would fit my ideal client profile, I check their network and I can see who are the people who we both know in common. Which means if I know who knows that person, I might be only one introduction away to get to a real good high net worth individual. So my friends, these ideas are very simple, easy to implement. You just need to start the process and repeat it again and again. And I do really hope that soon, next year, in New Orleans and Singapore, we can meet and see each other. And I can also share with you some experience about my second visit to the Great Barrier Reef. Thank you so much.